The topic may seem too dark to you guys right now, but this topic surely needs some spotlight. We will try to keep this video on a lighter tone, and also make it informative at the same time. Well, the main purpose to make this video is to help talk about this topic and let you guys know that there are certain reasons why people commit suicide. We want to talk about it so you guys can know what could lead to suicide. We are hoping, after watching this video, you people would know the causes of suicide and try to avoid these causes. Do you guys know anyone who has committed suicide or even tried to kill themselves? Are that someone? I hope not. In this video, first we will discuss the causes of suicide. What do you think could be the possible reasons to actually commit suicide? Well, the first one that we think is the most common reason is mental illness. People who are not in their normal mental state tend to commit suicide. It's not usually planned by the person, but it is more of an impulsive act, or maybe a reaction to some action. According to studies and researches, there could be several reasons for a person to end up trying to kill themselves. The most influencing is severe depression. It can have a huge impact on your decisions, and by decisions, I mean every single decision. It makes you think like there is no way out, and you will never be able to get out of this feeling. Guys, if something like this ever happens with you, just know that there is always a way out, there is always a solution, there is always someone who cares about you. So just hang in there. Keep yourself together for just a little longer. Indulge in some fun activities to divert your mind. Most importantly, do consult a doctor or a therapist. Proper help at the right time could actually change a lot of things. The next reason for suicide is traumatic stress. Traumatic stress is usually a result of dark things that has happened in the past, which includes childhood abuse, violence, bullying, or maybe some other family trauma. Such traumas usually follow you till the end of time. It's pretty difficult to get over such scenarios and can affect you mentally and emotionally for many years. After such traumas, people usually end up being hopeless. This is the hint, take it. This is exactly when you need to make yourself feel like there is so much more to life. There are so many things still left to explore. There are so many people willing to support you. You will get through this time. Do not let this trauma take over your mental capabilities. Another reason that influences people to commit suicide is the use of different substances. By substances, I mean different kinds of drugs and alcohol. Overuse of drugs and alcohol can influence how your mind actually works. It basically makes you impulsive. So when you're high on drugs or maybe drunk, you don't think before taking an action. For example, you have lost a job recently, or maybe broke up with a person you thought you would spend the rest of your life with. With this mind state, if you get extremely high or drunk, and a thought crossed your mind, and the thought is everything is over. At this point, if you are impulsive, you're forced to think that everything is actually over for you, you don't have a future, and you might end up dying alone. And maybe after the thought, you may instantly take action, and that action could be suicide. So folks, please be very careful, avoid drugs and the use of alcohol. If you can't avoid these things, try to consume them in a limit. It will not only keep you safe, but also keep you healthy. The next reason is the fear of loss. It is basically the fear that is in your mind before something has actually happened. In this case, people usually assume the result of a situation, and to avoid that result and that situation, they think suicide is their best way out. Some of the examples of these fears are failing in a course or a module, being arrested or convicted of a crime, being bullied, financial issues. People, listen very carefully now, nothing is ever the end, everything can be fixed, there can be a replacement, or there can be a way out. So don't let your fears take over your life. Chronic pain and illness is the next cause of suicide. If someone is suffering with a chronic disease, they think by committing suicide, they can control their life. This is completely wrong. There may be diseases that are incurable, but that does not give you the right to commit suicide. Fight it. Live for as long as you can. Suicide will definitely take the pain away, but will also take your life away. Don't let this cloud your judgment. You need to live and fight. According to an American journal, a study stated that people with asthma, diabetes, heart disease, migraine, and cancer are more likely to commit suicide. Also, with chronic pain comes anxiety and depression, which are again the causes of suicide. Hence, people with chronic pain are 3 times more likely to have depression and anxiety. The next point that we are going to talk about does not sound like a very serious reason to commit suicide, but it definitely is one of the reasons to commit suicide. It is feeling like a burden on others. This feeling could also be a result of someone who is suffering from chronic pain or a mental disease. Nobody likes being dependent on others and asking favors from other people, even though it's your blood family. In such cases, people usually think that they are troubling other people with their disease. So they decide that it would be better for everyone if they just committed suicide to save the trouble. This is when people start to feel worthless. No, people never think you are worthless. You always have a specialty, a skill, a talent that no one else have in them. So you cannot decide that you're worthless. You need to give yourself and other people a chance. You also need to trust yourself and other people as well. Social isolation is another reason for people to try to commit suicide. Social isolation is basically when a person completely cuts off his entire social circle. He stops meeting his friends and family, he stops making new friends, he avoids hanging out with his colleagues. There could be several reasons why a person would socially isolate himself. The most common ones stated are losing a close friendship bond, physical or mental illness, any sort of anxiety, especially social anxiety, divorce, and retirement. For this, I'll repeat myself again: give yourself some room. Give yourself a chance. Give other people a chance. Try out different activities with different people to boost your confidence and to help you feel good about yourself. Okay, so sometimes people commit suicide to actually cry out for help. Some people cannot figure out how to get help from other people. The basic idea in their heads is usually not to actually die, it's just to grab people's attention and alert them that this matter is extremely serious. Also, such people, what do you usually use methods, which would not actually kill them, might just end up hurting them temporarily. This is very common in teenagers. To grab the attention of their partners, to show how much that actually hurt. Teenagers usually choose to do this to make their partners realize that yes, they have been doing wrong to them. Guys, please, this is no joke, even just pretending to suicide, and you could end up hurting yourself tragically or might even kill yourself accidentally. There are several other ways to tell your partner that they are hurting you. I guess, you could simply try talking to them about it. It may sound weird, but it actually works, at least for adults, it does. Okay buddies, this is it from our side today. We really hope this video could be of some help to you. Anyways, we will see you later. Till then, take good care of yourselves.